Although it may seem like my favorite Monster High character is Draculaura, which she is, no doubt, Ghoulia is a close second. I love her. She is near and dear to my heart, and I think it's an atrocity that she did not get her own Haunt Couture doll. In the Haunt Couture line, there are 5 dolls, not including Ghoulia, but then shortly afterwards they released Ghoulia Yelps. Mattel sent me a Ghoulia Yelps, and you know what I had to do. I had to refurbish her. She needed a new home. And that brings me to my Haunt Couture Ghoulia. Let's move down to my desk and let me show you how I did it. About a year ago, I reboxed this Boo Original Pre-Production Draculaura into a Haunt Couture Draculaura box that I had laying around. And I gave her some lash extensions. I made all the little details and accents on her outfit pop like a Haunt Couture doll. But I just think she's overstayed her belonging in this box, and it's time to move in Ghoulia Yelp. As a graphic designer myself, I take personal offense to this font choice. I do not like the font they used for the Ghoulia Yelps title. I don't know. I have beef with it, okay? But personally, I love the doll. I think she's extravagant, and I think that's the problem with the box, is it makes the box seem a little lackluster. I'm just gonna unbox her. She comes with a stand, a little certificate of authentication, and yeah, I have a personal theory that they originally wanted to have Ghoulia in the original Haunt Couture line, but probably were only approved for 5 dolls, so that's why they give us Ghoulia Yelps as a little homage to, like, sorry we didn't do a Haunt Couture Ghoulia, but here's a really fancy Ghoulia. That's just my conspiracy theory, and then Bones jump scared me. Taking out her accessories, there's this little gravestone bag that is green and gray, and her stand. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the green, so we will be changing it to red. Same with the green on the caterpillars on her earrings that you will see momentarily. Also, her glasses are held on with this piece of plastic that I didn't even know was there, so I'm gonna have to take that off. Right now I'm cutting the little tie that attaches her rib corset, which I will be painting as well. I just feel like it's too flat of a red. And taking this chrome spray paint, I'm actually gonna go in and make the chrome plating of the hairbrush and the Haunt Couture Draculaura doll in the stand chrome red as well. And this is all the stuff that I'm going to be painting, including the hairbrush and the stand piece from the Haunt Couture doll. I am going to be evicting Pre-Production Draculaura. She has not paid her rent. I'm sorry, you gotta go. So taking her out, a little quick look at her lashes, how adorable. And yeah, just pretty much getting all of her stuff out and ready to be painted. Also, the plan for the inside of the box is to be taking acrylic paints and painting the inside. And of course, touching up some of the kind of busted up spots. Before we spray paint the accessories, let's mask off the bottom of the bag and the back of the glasses and wipe everything down with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to make sure there's no oils from our fingers on it. And give everything really, really light sprays and then come back multiple times to build up that paint. I was so impressed with how well the red took to the chrome, but not so much the other stuff. I wasn't sure at first, but once I saw this red gleam through the top of the purse, I knew I loved this color. It made the earrings kind of earthwormy. It made it feel so like rustic and deep and bloody. I'm a collector of Royal Ruby Depression glass, and it just reminded me of that. I love it. Refitting the corset back on her, I'm obsessed with the kind of deep ox bloody color that it became. I feel like it just gives the doll so much more dimension than that flat red that it was before. Unfortunately, unmasking the purse, the paint did leak underneath the masking tape, but that's nothing a little acrylic paint can't fix in a little bit. Although some may argue that it looks pretty cool how it leaked down very gory. And don't even get me started on the glasses, I gotta come back to that. Look at how stock the brush and stand. Let's fix up her gravestone purse. With acrylic paints, I just kind of color match the gray, and I will take some red acrylic paint and kind of blend it a little bit further down. Also with red acrylic paint, I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of dimension on the earrings to make them look more earthwormy. Now, as for the glasses, my boyfriend ended up having to take his Dremel and Dremel out the lenses because the lenses got a little messed up, and then I'm going to sand over the red and do one more flush flat paint coat. We're left with this like transparent see-through red finish, and I'm obsessed with it. Now let's give our ghoul some lash extension. With the good old trusty Elmer's glue, that's exactly how I did my Draculaura's. You just gotta make sure it actually says dries clear on it, and it'll look a little alarming at the beginning, but trust the process, it does dry clear. While the lashes dry, I'm going to take a clear nail polish and just gloss up the earrings to make them look like wet worms. It looks so cool. And I'm actually going to take that same clear nail polish and go over the glasses just to fill in some of that texture. And it ends up giving it kind of like this jelly, transparent, see-through finish that I'm obsessed with. Look at how smooth it is once I put the paint down. Like, I'm only doing one side in this shot. The other side is so textured, but it just fills in all that texture, makes it so smooth. It looks stock. I love it! Now while we wait for the doll and all of her accessories to dry, we're going to take some red acrylic paint and do the lightest, thinnest dry brushing coat we can possibly to not cover up too much of the print, but just enough to change the color. And take this giant jumbo marker we stole from work and use it to fill in any cracks on the box. And then we're going to take a clear coat and just go over the top to seal the paint in the marker in. I reassembled the box with all the plastic pieces in it and used some hot glue on the back. Yes, it's green sparkles. I ran out of good hot glue halfway through and had to use glitter hot glue, but just kind of lining up how she's going to look in the box. She's not tied down just yet, and I'm already freaking out, obsessed. This looks so good. Also, it wouldn't be a craft of mine if you don't have to pull out a cat hair halfway through. Thank you, Bone. But look at how good the glasses turned out, and I left the lashes super long. I didn't trim them because I like to see them pop out over top her glasses, so the bigger the lash, the better in this scenario. Her bag is not the prettiest, but it works. I'm just gonna tie it down to this little plastic nub where Draculaura's old bag was. But it's red now, it's no longer green. I prefer it over the green. Now I'm gonna start customizing the cover of her box by recycling the old background of her Ghoulia Yelps box, this little brain print, to cover up all the little Draculaura logos. Also recycling the packaging from these shower curtains I use as wallpapers. I'm gonna take this little red skull, and completely not intended for its purpose, but my collaboration with Slick Wraps just came out, and they sent me an extra wrap, and I'm gonna be using the spider on it. Please don't be mad at me. It was the perfect shade of red, it fit perfectly. Sorry, Slick Wraps. And now I'm gonna make a pattern with the parchment paper just to get the relative size of each square on this box. It measured about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna be cutting it out of this brain cardboard. And piece by piece, I'm going to be gluing this down all over the box. I definitely had my work cut out for me. And each time I'd cut from the cardboard, I'd use a black Sharpie to color in the edges on the cardboard to make it flush with the box, and a red Sharpie to color over the pink lines. Many painstaking hours of measuring, cutting, markering, and gluing. We are here, and this is stunning, and I should have left it alone at this point, but I didn't, and I'm an idiot. If you're following in my footsteps now, please don't, because I put a clear layer on top, and it made the brains nowhere near as visible as they were before, and it was my mistake, and now it's all flat and hardly visible. So for another 2 hours, with a silver colored pencil, I went in and colored over all of the brain designs, and then I ended up just freehanding the last half of it because I was tired, and then I sealed it with Mr. Super Clear. Just with some cheap fishing line, I tie her back into the original holes of the box where it was holding down Haunt Couture Ghoulia. And after I tie her into the box, I use hot glue again to seal off the ends and make sure the knot doesn't move. And there she is, all tied up in her box, looking glamorous. And don't talk about the cracked plastic screens of the boxes. There was an incident where my shelf fell off the freaking wall. But look at her. She is stunning. And with some acrylic paint, I just filled in the little Ghoulia stickers that I put on top of my box. And boom, there she is with all of her friends, and she completes the collection so much better than I could have ever imagined. She is gorgeous, she is everything I ever could have wanted, and it literally looks like Mattel just released her this way. I wish they did, but oh my goodness, it was so fun making her too. You guys know from this video that it was a lot of trial and error. They don't really make a direction guide on how to customize it all, so you're learning the entire way. And I definitely learned some key things from this, like don't do spray coat over a matte finish or it will become flat. So don't do that. Don't follow in my mistakes, guys, but she's gorgeous either way. I'm obsessed with how she turned out, and I'm so happy to have her to complete my collection. Just for how extravagant this Ghoulia Yelps is, she definitely deserved her own Haunt Couture box. Also, what do you guys think? Do you like that I took away the green accents? I was not a fan of the green accents. Am I just a green hater? I don't know. Let me know down below if there are any other ghouls you would like for me to add to the Haunt Couture collection, and thank you for sticking around while I upgraded my Ghoulia Yelps. Love you guys!